Hey guys, कैसे हो आप लोग? I'm Monica and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 different types of blending techniques using acrylic colors. So what's interesting about this video is that we'll not just learn the techniques, I'll be using this technique to make a very beautiful painting towards the end of the video. So do not miss the end. Also, if you're watching me for the first time, please subscribe to my channel because I'm working really hard to bring a new video every single week. This will help me to grow and reach more people, so please subscribe. Now without wasting more time, let's jump right into the video, shall we? So guys, I have taken A5 size Bruce Throw Artist acrylic paper. I will mention link of all the material that I'm using in the description, so please go through it if you want to buy it for yourself. So I'm using masking tape to actually make 4 different sections of the paper because I'll be showing 4 different blending techniques. So this is how the 4 different section looks like. Let's start with the first one. First one is the horizontal blending technique. I'm taking some cobalt blue color in the palette, and with that I'm taking some white color, so I'll be showing the blending of these two colors using horizontal techniques. So first I'm taking white color and painting it towards the bottom so that we have a nice white color towards the end, and then I'm taking the blue color towards the top. So till this time we haven't blended it yet. One side there is white and other side there is blue. Now when you see it like towards the middle of the section, I am using my brush gently to blend the colors. So this is how you blend using the horizontal techniques. So we basically apply the horizontal blending techniques in making the background of the painting. This is the most common way of making background. So this is very effective. So you should actually learn this well. The important thing to note here is that you should not leave any brush marks while blending, so there shouldn't be any brush mark visible in the blended area. So this was our first technique. Now let's jump towards the next technique. The next one is the diagonal blending technique. So I have started with the cobalt blue color this time, and I am painting this diagonally towards one end of the section. I will use another brush to do the same thing with the white color. And as you can see, wherever there is the intersection of the color, I am using this gentle brushing technique to blend it. So this is basically how you blend the colors. You have to be very gentle towards the intersection of the colors. We mostly use this diagonal blending techniques towards the corner of the painting to make a nice gradient. So this technique comes very handy for that purpose. As you can see that we are getting very nice blend towards the middle, and one side we have blue, another side we have white. If you think that the white is less, you can add more whites towards the corner, or if you think the blue is less, you can add more blue. So this is what exactly I'm doing. I've added more blue. So we're getting very nice blend of two colors. This was our diagonal blending technique. I'm taking more white to add in a little more white towards the corner. Like I said, you can add more white or blue if you think the color have gone while blending, so you can do that. So this is how you do the diagonal blending. The next thing that we are going to do is the circular blending technique. So overall technique remains same, but we are making a circular motion to blend the colors. So I have started with the white color and I have painted the section white in the middle, and then I'm taking blue towards the corner. This is how we do the circular blending. Mostly the circular blending techniques is used in making skylines if you're making sun, sunset, scene. So it comes very handy. So you can make the sunlight gradient in this particular fashion. As you can see, I have the maximum, the darker blue color towards the corner, and then a lighter shade after that, and finally we have the white color towards the middle. If you think that again the white color is less, you can add more white, or if you think the blue color is less, you can add more blue. So I'm making a very nice merge of the colors. As you can see, it shows a gradient, right, towards the darker blue towards white. So this is how we blend the colors. Do not take a lot of water while blending, because it will make the blending very difficult. At the same time, it should not be like you're just using the acrylic color. You should add a very little water. So like I said, there shouldn't be very much visible brush marks. The important thing here is to know that you should use the brush very gently, because otherwise it will leave the brush strokes. See the kind of motion I'm making with my hand. It's semicircular at once. I'm taking a small circular portion at a time and then blending the colors. I think our corner is finished now. I am taking a little more white and blending the white colors with other colors. So I have to take a small portion at a time and blend it with the rest of the colors. This is how we make the circular blending. Next up, we'll be using small tissue papers to make the paper blending techniques. So as you can see, I've taken the tissue paper and I have taken a little bit of cobalt blue color on it, and I'm just dabbing it. So I have taken a lot of blue towards the bottom, and then I'm taking some white and doing the same thing on the top. You can use a different tissue to do that, otherwise it will merge. So the idea is to keep the white on the top and blue towards the bottom. So this is what we'll do. I've taken a little more blue and little more white to do this. I'm just taking more white and dabbing it. Mixing a white with blue to make a very nice gradient towards the middle section. So this is actually used to make like trees or shrubs. So this technique comes very handy, or even if you are making some clouds in the sky. So this is a very effective technique. So guys, these were the 4 techniques. The first one was the horizontal blending technique. The second one was our diagonal blending technique. I think horizontal, diagonal and circular blending techniques is very similar, just the direction in which you use the brush is different. And fourth one is paper blending techniques. Now we'll be using these techniques, what we learned, and make a painting from it, like I promised. So I have taken a little purple color. Technically it is called a dark magenta color or a deep magenta color. So I have taken that, and in addition to that I have taken crimson lake red color. So I'll be using these 2 colors first. So first thing that I'm going to show you here is that how I'll be using purple and horizontal blending technique to make the background. As you can see, I have taken the purple color and I'm starting from the top. If you want, you can start from the bottom also. So I am doing that. Basically, I'll be blending the purple color with the white color. So I've started using the white color. The idea is to make the shade lighter towards the middle, and finally it will go to a more lighter shade towards the bottom. So right now, as you can see, I have a lot of brush marks, so I have to blend it really well. So here also you have to use a very light brush to blend, like I showed you earlier while showing the blending techniques. As you can see, we already have very nice gradient towards upper part of the paper, and next I'm using more white towards the end. This takes actually a little more time if you have a very bigger canvas. So idea there is to use a broader brush. The size of the brush is totally dependent upon what is the size of canvas you're using. Suppose if I'm using like 18-inch by 12-inch canvas, I'll be using a very broad brush. Since this is just A5 size paper, I'm using a medium broad brush. So that's the way you actually choose the brush. So here you can see we have already got a very nice gradient. On the upper part we have a darker purple, and then we have a little lighter shade, and next and towards the end we have the most lighter shade. If you think that you have to make the shade a little lighter, you can add in more white or whichever two colors you're using. Because here, as you can see, I think I needed more purple towards the top, so I'm adding more purple. So this is how it takes a little time, and you have to be patient while blending, but it's totally worth it. And this is how any painting starts. You need to do the background first. I'm making it a little more darker, so I'm taking more purple color to do it. I'm taking a little water to blend it a little well. We are almost done with the blending. Just adding some final white here and there wherever I feel like I need to make a shade a little lighter. Essentially, this is how the paper will look like after doing that. You can use any two colors of your choice. Like if you're making a nice sky, you can use blue and white like I showed earlier. Or if you're making a sunset scene, you can use orange or red to make a very nice blend. Now what I'm doing is that I'm applying a circular blending technique to make the sun. So I've taken some white and kind of blending it with the background. So I've taken a little purple color and the white color to do this technique. So this is what I was talking about. So you can use the circular blending techniques to make a nice sun in the sky, and I'm using my finger to blend it with the horizontal blending thing that we did, making a middle portion a little more brighter by adding white. This is how you can use the circular blending techniques while making a painting. The next thing that we are going to do is to use the paper blending techniques. So I have already have white color, red color, and I have mixed white and red color to make a different color. I'm starting with the red color. I have taken some tissue and I'm just dabbing it in the red color and then dabbing it on the paper to make the first color. So first you have to do the red color. That is what I'm doing. So basically we are making a nice flower shrub. So it will be the mixture of red, green, white and purple. I've taken the color that we made by mixing the red color, which is a crimson lake red and white, and I'm dabbing it again. So you can already see the gradient. It is going from a darker red to the lighter red. So this is how we blend, and you can easily use any tissue paper to do that. And it looks very professional, and if you think of doing the same thing using a brush, it will take a little more time. You can do it, but it will take a little more time. Now I have taken white color and then blending it. As you can see, we have a very nice pattern of a darker red, then it's pink, then it's white. So we are already there. It's really fun to do this. Now I'm putting in a little more red color because I want to show the flowers. So it's up to your imagination. Wherever you want to put more red, you can do that. This entire painting looks very dreamy to me and very happy because it's purple sky, red flowers. So it looks very interesting. I'm taking a little purple color and also dabbing it here and there, so it shows like purple flower in the bushes. That's the idea. So finally, obviously if it is a shrub, it will have green, also greenery also, so I'm using green color and the tissue paper to dab it. You can actually change your tissue when you use a different color, so this way it doesn't get mixed. So towards the bottom I'm using more and more green. It's actually really fun. The painting has already started to look nice. And it's so quick, it's super quick. I'm adding a little more red here and there to make it a more flowery look. I'm adding a little white here and there. So it's up to your imagination, however you want to use the bushes, you can do that. And you can also use colors of your choices, flowers of your choices. It's very interesting. Also, I'm giving it a little final touch using brush to make more flowers. You can still do it using tissue paper, but it will get more finishing look using brush. So I'm using brush here and there, not very much, but just a little bit. So we are almost there. I'm just adding the final touches in the shrubs using brush and green color. So we have already applied 3 techniques. Now it's time to apply the 4th one, which is our diagonal technique. So like I said, it is used to make the corners of the painting. So I'm using a little more purple towards the corner. And I'll be trying to mix this color with the already existing purple color. I'm using my hand to dab it a little. You can use your tissue paper also. And also, if you think there is excess water anywhere, tissue paper comes very handy. So guys, we are almost done with the painting, just using the brush to add some final touches. So as you saw, this painting was very easy if you keep these blending techniques in mind. So you can easily make this painting for yourself, or you can make this painting and gift it to somebody. I'm using a little white to make the sun brighter. Also, I think I use my hand a lot for blending colors, so yeah, it gives me more controlled environment. So sometimes I just dab the colors with my hand to blend it. So guys, we are done with the painting. I'm just signing it off. So it was super easy. You can also make this painting and tag me in your posts. I'll be really proud of you. And finally, I'm just removing the masking tapes. This is very satisfying, I must tell you. So currently, as you can see, the painting, the corners looks very dirty, but when I'll remove this, it will be super cool. All the masking tapes, and essentially this is how the final painting looks like. So guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned something new and interesting from it. This is how the final painting looks like. So you can also apply these techniques and make your own painting. So this was it for this week guys. Until we meet again, bye bye.